Hello, class. Today we're going to be reading the first story in Lesson 4 in our Decodable Reader, our Unit 1 Decodable Reader. And this story has several characters in it, and we're going to sound out their names. Actually, we're going to spell their names. So the first one is Len. Len. So it's a name, so I have to begin with a capital L. E, because Len, Len, Len. Now I'm going to spell Lynn, Lynn, Lynn. Lynn sounds the same as Len, except for the middle sound is different. L, in, Lynn. Remember that when we get to it in the story. Next we have wags. W, w. What letter spells w? Did you say W? Wag. Wags. And now we have the word Wes. That's someone's name in the story. Wes. Hey, it begins with the same beginning and ends with the same ending sound as wags. So s, Wes. Okay, now here's an easy one. To me, it's easy. You try it. I'm going to spell mom. Mom. Hey, if you want to spell mom, you want to write her a letter, that's how you spell mom. Remember, it has an ah sound in the middle. Now, there's a character named Ben. B. And Ben. Do you see how I'm stretching out the words so I can hear the different sounds? The next character's name is Mel. Remember, I always begin with a capital letter because they're names. Mel. Mel. Two more. And we're not going to sound, well, maybe we'll read them once here, and to model fluency, I'm just going to read right through them in the story. Okay, the next one is Ted. I'm going to stretch it out so I can hear all the sounds. Ted. What do you think it begins with? Yeah. T. Ted. There's a D. Ted. And finally, wait, that's all 8 of them. We only had 8. Let's go ahead and read them once through, and that way when we do them in the story, I can just read right through them. We won't have to sound them out. Ready? Get your tongues ready. Get your mouths ready. You can put 2 fingers on your voice box to make sure you're reading with us. And you can put 1 finger on the screen and follow along, and we'll sound them out. Ready? 2 fingers on your voice box. And we're going to sound them out quietly. Len, Len, Lynn, Lynn, wags, wags. That S makes the Z sound. Wes, Wes. Mom, mom. Ben, Ben, Ben. Mel, Mel. And Ed, Ted. I have a brother named Ted and a dad named Ted. That's a family name. Okay, let's go ahead and read our story. Okay, so we're in lesson 4. So I'm going over to the lesson 4 stories. Oops. And the first story says pals on page 75. So I bet all these people are pals. And we learned from our lesson 1 that pals are friends. Let's see what these pals do together. Oh, look at this picture. Now I'm going to model fluency, so I'm basically going to just read it like I would normally. It says, pals. Looks like they're playing a game. Len and his pals can hop. Len led all his pals. So who's in front? Is it this guy right here? That must be Len, because it says he led all his pals. Oh, these are pals. These are pals. Lynn has a pet dog. Wags is a pal. That's right, dogs can be pals too. Wes let his pals in. His pals can play in his den. Some families, they have homes that have a living room and another big room called a den. Mrs. Gillen made her garage into a den. Can Mom be a pal? Yes. Mom and Ben get logs. So sometimes you can buddy up with somebody and get some good work done. So where they live, if they want to save money in the wintertime, they can burn some wood in their wood stove instead of turning on the heater. And then they can save some money. Over here it says 6 pals ran 6 laps. Let me do that one again. 6 pals ran 6 laps. A lap is like when you go around, like you run around, and that's 1 lap, and you run around again, that's 2, and then you run around again, that's 3. Well, they ran 6 laps. They went around 6 times. So a lap is like the path around something. Who led the pals? Mel did. That's Mel, because he led his pals. That means he was ahead of them. That must be one of his talents, is running fast. Look at these pals. Ted sat on a big log. Ted sat with his pals. Okay, so Mrs. Gillum is going to whisper read, and you're going to put your fingers on the screen, and you're going to read with her. I'll read so that you'll have time to sound them out. Okay, ready? Begin. Pals. Len and his pals can hop. Len led all his pals. Hope you're reading louder than I am. Lynn has a pet dog. Wax is a pal. Wes let his pals in. His pals Okay, good job. If you want to practice this story without Mrs. Gillum giving you any help, click the link underneath this link and you scroll down to the story that's called Pals and practice reading it 3 times by yourself. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.